obviously the big signing, which I knew would happen, it was what everyone's been saying, but they signed the Super Bowl MVP.
It gives us two MVPs on the roster, 2 Super Bowl MVPs on the roster,
which is big. Which is big. Kenneth Walker, aka K9 from Seattle. So
super excited about him, man.
It's going to be interesting to see how they utilize him. I kind of said that earlier via text. I was like, I hope that their philosophy and hopefully with Bieniemy and bringing DeMarco Murray here, which I love those coaching. Yeah. I love bringing back eBay and DeMarco Murray. But I would really want, hopefully Andy relinquishes, and I've said this before on here, a little bit of the play calling, and they kind of go a little bit more run-oriented. Run-oriented, set the pass up,
of course,
as opposed to the pass, because to me, the RPO shit is dead.
Yeah.
It's been played out, and everyone's on top of the RPO and knows they're never going to run. So as soon as the ball snapped, they're running back into coverage. Yeah. So this will make it a little bit more, but I'd also like to see him, which they had early on, is bring the fullback back and run a lot more under center. I think it's a lot more efficient than trying to do it out of the shotgun. But it's big news.
Did you hear Palacero was saying today earlier, he was talking about Mahomes has played in 21 playoff games, right? 21 playoff games. Only 2 times have we had a running back go over 100 yards, and it was Damian Williams. The last time that happened was in Super Bowl 54. And like 6 or 7 of the times, Mahomes was the leading rusher during. Bro, you can't win Super Bowls having Mahomes be your leading rusher, and we have no running attack.
No,
it can't happen.
Well, and early on, or last week when Veach said, how do you complement and takes a significant amount off Mahomes' plate, especially when his window is of coming back, and he says they have to get more explosive in the run game. And last year, Kenneth Walker was one of the most explosive backs and make you miss backs in the league. So there is some injury concerns with him, which scares me a little bit. It's a lot of money, and like I said today via text, if at the end of week 2 he gets 9 carries or 9 touches, I'm going to be fucking pissed off.
Yeah,
because he needs to get carries.
He
needs to. Now he's not great. They had a guy on from the Seattle who's a Seattle guy today with Seren Petro, and he's not great pass blocker. But you're not bringing him here to be a pass blocker.
You're not paying him $15 million there. You're not paying him $15 million a year to pass block. I mean, I know he's got to pass block a little bit.
And hopefully, what they do bring out him is a little bit more in the passing game, which they probably could have unleashed a little bit more. Right. But I hope he's not going to be a 3 down back, because that's not who he is.
Of course.
But I think that carrying the ball early, getting into the end zone, I think everyone's pretty happy with it. I think that the money, it's a little steep.
They were talking on 810 today earlier, like I was saying when they had mentioned Palacero and what he was saying about when teams defended the Chiefs. They talked last year about, they were talking about during the season, they were so light, like in the box, like you said, that RPO and the play action. Nobody was biting on the play action because they weren't afraid of anybody we had running the ball. So they're not even putting any pressure on the RPO, or they had 6 or 7 guys, 8 guys dropping back into coverage.
And not even were they, yes, afraid to of anyone in the backfield, but they just never gave the ball. Right. And which was crazy is when they were set up and they had 7 or 8 deep when they should have handed the ball off. They still weren't handing the ball off. Yeah. And maybe that was a lack of confidence of who he had back there. I don't know. I can't test that. But I think that their philosophy's got to
change for sure. Yeah. Hopefully Bieniemy brings some of that too over there when he was with the Bears. Over there he brings a little bit of where he talks read into, we're going to have to run the ball more. But if you run the ball more, they're not going to be able to set 8 guys, set up. This dude will bust. This dude will bust on you. Yes. Kenneth he'll bust on you. Yes. I'm super excited. I'm excited about it. I know we paid a lot of money for it. I just hope he gives us the production of what we paid for.
Yeah, and I think the thing that comes across for me, it's a lot of money, but nobody cares how much money is if he's productive. They utilize him properly, and they win football games.
Of course.
So they signed ETN to a 4-year deal, which a 4-year deal, I kind of compared both of them.
Where did ETN?
He went to the Saints.
He got $13 million a year, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to the Saints, but on a 4-year deal. So running backs, as we know, they fall off the cliff unless you're a Saquon, they fall off the cliff pretty fast, wear and tear. But they also have bounce back years, and McCaffrey played in almost all the games this year, and he was a
Right.
dog. I mean, he's, you know, so today was fun, and I knew, you know, it's the legal tampering. No one can get signed until Wednesday by 4.
Right.
But a lot of people went a lot of different places. A lot of people got a lot of money.
A lot of people did.